Imagine walking out of your job at a nuclear enrichment facility. You're exhausted from a long day of monitoring the outputs of the centrifuges. You're walking through the parking lot when you spot a shape in the ground. It's a flash drive. Curious of what's on it, and never turning down a chance for a free USB, you scoop it up and take it home. The next day, you plug it into your computer. Unknowingly, you've fallen victim to the world's first cyber weapon. This was the reality for the engineers at Iran's nuclear enrichment facility when their systems were infected by Stuxnet. Stuxnet was an extremely sophisticated malware. Zero-day exploits are incredibly rare, but despite that rarity, Stuxnet possessed 4 of them. When it infected the Iranian nuclear facility, it initially did nothing. It sat in the network and waited like a predator watching its prey. It stayed in this state for 13 days, quiet and unnoticed. Once it had gathered enough data from the centrifuges, it finally pounced. It began either slowing down or speeding up the centrifuges and destroying at least 1,000 of them. You'd expect the operators to immediately notice the problem and go into panic mode, but it took them anywhere from 6 months to a year to notice their systems were infected. That's because Stuxnet displayed the data from the last 13 days that it had been gathering to the operators, making things appear as if everything was functioning normally. All the plant knew was that the centrifuges would break for an unknown reason. This damage could have continued longer if an error in the code hadn't allowed Stuxnet to spread outside of the enrichment facilities. This allowed cybersecurity experts to discover and research it, which led to Iran discovering that it had infected their systems. Despite being removed from the network, it was still able to set back the Iranian nuclear program, making it the first time a cyberweapon had any real-world effect. No one has officially claimed responsibility for this game-changing malware, but many experts believe it was a joint effort from the United States and Israel.